All right, Rob Lay, 1980s sports cards, and we have another 80s box here. This is our first one of 3 1985 Donruss. And if you've seen a couple of my other videos showing some graded 85 Donruss cards in my personal collection, you'll hear that this was my favorite set. I just love the black borders and the rookies that were in here, and this was like at my peak collecting in the 80s, so this is one of my favorite sets. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one. Looking for the top rookies: Kirby Puckett, Roger Clemens. Actually, the third most valuable card in the set is not a rookie, but the Nolan Ryan. So yeah, going back, the Kirby Puckett in a PSA 10 is $450. The Roger Clemens is the only $500 plus card at $520, but a Nolan Ryan, just being a Hall of Famer, is $408. And from we'll see at the end when I get the graded cards back to see what kind of value there was in these boxes. But one thing that makes them attractive is there's over 15 cards in here that in a PSA 10 are worth more than $100. And even though the 85 Donruss has a pretty low gem rate, just the fact that even in PSA 9s and PSA 8s, they're double-digit cards. So there's 15, 20 cards that even in an 8 or 9 can be $15, $20, $25. So, not huge profit potential, but just getting your money back from the cost of grading. And then if you do land a few gems, then that's where you can really make your money back. So this is going to be an experiment. This is the first of 3 boxes. And then later on, when I get the cards back from grading, I'll do another reveal and do all the math and everything. So let's get started. So there we go. We got Darryl Strawberry. First big pull. All right, I'm back. Sorry for that long pause, and everybody's going to laugh at me. But I either didn't know or didn't remember that this was actually 85 Leaf and not Donruss. So I don't know how that slipped my mind, but that long pause was me being dumbfounded as I opened the first pack. So there's less cards in the Leaf set than there were in the Donruss, and also different numbers. So I had to go back through and comp all the cards in the Leaf so I know what I'm looking at. So we still have the Roger Clemens, we still have the Kirby Puckett, this Darryl Strawberry, and the Rickey Henderson could be good cards. The boxes, actually, the wax boxes, the market on them is a little higher on the Leaf, but not too different between the regular Donruss set and the Leaf set. But the potential value of the cards is a lot higher. So where in the regular Donruss set, the Roger Clemens rookie is only $500 in a 10, it can be almost $6,000 in the Leaf. Same thing with the Kirby Puckett, is about $450 in the Donruss, but it can be over $4,000 in a 10. So that changes our perspective a little bit, but let's continue opening up these and hopefully find a Clemens or Puckett 10. So here we go. This first pack actually had a Darryl Strawberry and looking like a pretty good card. We'll take a closer look at that. The Rickey Henderson, looking like a pretty good card, a little off center left to right. And then I think in the first packet, those were the only two of notice. All right, there we go, George Brett. Pretty good looking card. George Brett. Not a perfect card, but not too bad. Ryan Sandberg, DraftKings, or sorry, Diamond Kings. Another Darryl Strawberry, pretty good card. Rickey Henderson, not a great card. Corners are really beat up. There we go, guys. Kirby Puckett, terrible centering. So that's one of the key cards right there, and way, way off-centered. The corners and edges are pretty good, though. Cal Ripken Jr., Diamond King. Don Mattingly, Diamond Kings. There's another Kirby Puckett. And again, off-centered. Maybe that's why it gets so much money, is they're all off-centered. Wade Boggs. I don't think I picked that one out. I'll have to do another look. And that's a really good card. Wow, that's one of the best centered ones. I'm not sure if the value's worth grading, though. Cal Ripken Jr. Kurt Gibson. I don't think. And another Kirby Puckett. We're halfway through the box, and we've pulled 3 Kirby Pucketts. And all 3 of them have almost the exact centering where it goes top right. Reggie Jackson, but way off-centered, and damage at the top. Cal Ripken Jr. Don Mattingly, Diamond Kings. All right, George Brett. And Sandberg, terrible centering. All right, there we go on Darryl Strawberry. That looks like a pretty good card. Another Rickey Henderson, off-centered. Pete Rose, off-centered. Right. Wade Boggs, pretty nice condition. There we go, the Dwight Gooden. Probably my favorite card in the set for back in the 80s. Now the Roger Clemens and Kirby Puckett are a lot more valuable, but that's actually a pretty good looking card. Okay, in our last pack, we get a Nolan Ryan. Off-centered. All right, so that was it for the 1985 Leaf. I'd say it's a pretty good pull. No, only one Dwight Gooden and no Roger Clemens. But look at that. We got 3 Kirby Pucketts, and they're all off-centered. So that's probably why the 10 is going for more than $5,000. Because there's not many that are centered and worth a gem. So there we go, the first box of Leaf. Stay tuned, we got 2 more boxes.